ago in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here. Alexander.
Cosima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
Prince Alexander sailed the known seas and beyond. As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night and the sea turns violent. Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then, he does remember. The shipwreck, the sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Daventry. Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach. The beach is... Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand. Alexander's treasure box lies partially buried in the sand. It must have washed ashore with the other ship. Money may indeed talk, but the treasure box can't. Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Casima's feelings are for him, and if she needs his help. The box must have opened in the sea, spilling its treasure. Everything has been washed away. There's a copper coin in the treasure box. The coin bears the sea. Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is. Broken pieces of Alexander's ship litter the beach. The ocean is not as calm as it appears. Underwater currents tug at Alexander's legs. The underwater tow is amazingly strong here. It pulls ferociously at Alexander's legs. Before Alexander can retreat, the current grabs his legs. The shifting sand vanishes from beneath his feet. Against his best efforts, he is dragged out to sea. The currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he finds himself wishing he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
Tickets only. Next.
Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
אז שלום, אם אתם מצטרפים אלינו עכשיו, או אם הצטרפתם אלינו קודם, זה שידור חי של קינגס קווסט 6 בעברית, בתרגומו של סגב משרקי. תענו, אם יהיה לי משהו מעניין להעיר, אני אעיר, אם לא, אז לא. זאת גרסה מוקדמת, הגרסה הסופית תשוחרר כשהיא תהיה מוכנה, אני מניח. אתם בטח צופים בזה כנראה קצת בעיכוב ממה שאני רואה אצלי, אבל אם אתם מהירים איפשהו אז אני אשתדל לעקוב.
A hollow in the trunk of the old tree forms a perfect nesting place for wildlife. Alexander examines the tree's hollow, but finds nothing of interest.
מסרים לי שאפשר להעביר את הכתוביות, וכן, אבל אני נהנה מהקריין, זה נוסטלגי מאוד. שימו לב לכותרות.
Old lamps for new! Old lamps for new!
נמסר לי שהשלטים האלה צוירו על ידי גל שמש.
Old lamp!
כן, כן, כן.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
The sign says pawn shop. The sign says pawn shop. The village buildings are made of rough sandstone stucco. This one has a shop on the street level and a private dwelling up above. Step.
Old lamp!
The villagers bustle about their chores. The man seems busy with his chores. The sign above the door says Ali's Books. The pawn shop window has the words curios and antiques painted on it. What an interesting looking shop. Alexander can enter the building by using the shop.
Good day!
The pawn shop owner is a mysterious fellow. His face is old and inscrutable, and there's a glint of sheer iron in his gaze. Still, Alexander senses this is someone he can trust. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends. A hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats. Cat cookie mix. Play tricks on your friends, the box says. A golden bridle finder for finding those nearly invisible golden bridles. Self-adhesive emeralds, what you use when you don't have honey. Tongue climbing gear, tested on over 100 whale tongues. A uvula tickler, guaranteed to make large mammals sneeze. A cheese hook for retrieving cheese out of small holes. A shovel that's guaranteed not to break for over 100 grave diggings. A bridge repair kit for when you've crossed a bridge one too many times.
מי שלא זוכר, זה היה בקינגס קוויסט 2, אני מניח שחלק מהדברים האלה היו גם במשחקים האחרים.
Good day, merchant. Can you tell me what land this is?
By the moon's light, what a question! You must have been out too long in the sun, or perhaps knocked your head upon a rock.
No. Well, perhaps. I was in a shipwreck, you see. My crew and I were trying to reach the land of the Green Isles. I think, well, at least I hope, my men got away safely in the lifeboats. But I myself appear to be rather stuck here.
Ah, I see. You must pardon my incredulity, but it has been so long since we have had a foreign visitor. You wrecked your ship, young traveler, due to the currents and reefs around the islands. If your crew was wise enough to steer clear of the isles and head home, they should be fine. In any case, you have met your objective, however bumpy the journey.
You mean, this is the land of the Green Isles? Oh, thank the heavens! I had followed the stars, you see, and I thought I was close, but...
The stars? You must be quite a sailor. But what is the purpose of your visit?
I come for... Well, I mean, I hope to see... I met some time ago.
Say no more. You are smitten with a maiden, are you not? What other than love could so confuse a man's tongue?
I'm afraid...
By the desert sands, would...
Is she here?
This is the Isle of the Crown, young man. The
castle of the...
And good luck to you, lad.
Alexander...
I'm interested.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight...
The counter... Alexander...
Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best. Have you an interest in tinder boxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with not... The flute is only made of plain wood, but... I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale. She is made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine.
Hello? Now, what can I do for you?
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the...
That is quite a question, young man.
My name is Alexander. I know I am on the Isle of the Crown.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the
At least 3.
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be...
That's quite a...
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the...
Those first 3 islands...
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to... Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. And if you haven't been there all...
Thank you kindly.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why Good Princesses Like Bad Wizards. These shelves... Volumes of poetry. Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast. Not bad. And another. Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes! And another. What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you.
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
כפיים. ממש כפיים לסגב על זה. תרגום מצוין. זה גם אחד הקטעים הכי טובים במשחק.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen...
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander. For some inexplicable reason, an old man occasionally... Right now, Alexander is assorted travelogues and biographies. These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks. Alexander feels his pockets carefully. Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
כפי שנצפה בנושא המלך 3.
A small fire burns in the fireplace despite the warmth of the day outside. Perhaps the bookshop owner simply finds it comforting. Alexander is a little old for a collection of children's books. A well-padded There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." Only one book remains on the table. It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book. Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really?
A collection of children. Alexander is a little old. A collection of volumes of... There's a book entitled The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages on the small table in the reading area. It appears that some regular customer likes that book. The bookshop owner is a thin, middle-aged man. A plaque bearing a merchant crest hangs over... Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. The village can... A key-shaped... Wooden shutters frame the village's... Old land!
אז למי שפספס את הדיון בדיסקורד, המוזיקה הזאת היא בעצם עיבוד של מוזיקה מסרט של רומאו ויוליה משנות ה-60, אני חושב.
I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you. You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning. And get your veil back on. No one wants to look at your face.
Yes, stepmother.
The entrance to the house. The gate is closed. Red roses beautiful. Alexander has not been invited to pick the family's roses. Alexander is greeted with... Alexander can't see any...
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
A young boy is happily swimming...
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island. Come join me.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, the powerful currents grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels...
Not a very good swimmer, are you? Sorry, I think not.
As his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the... That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Yeah, what do you want?
Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Casima's feelings are for him, and if she needs his help.
Go away! The ferry's out of business! I said the ferry's out of business.
Alexander...
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop...
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not...
I understand.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days, what with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands...
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing.
Then this unrest...
A few years.
Perhaps if the...
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy.
But there must be some way...
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more.
Tell me more of...
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Casima themselves. They used to go visiting to care for the needy. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, Princess Casima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do now?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that...
Is there no other boat on the island? One...
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about...
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around. Always thinking about the... Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can...
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot.
The ferryman.
What else can...
The Isle of the Beast is pretty.
What else can...
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred...
What else... What else can...
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a...
What else can... What else...
The Isle of the...
There's a rabbit's foot on...
I see you have a...
As you can see, my luck... Why don't you take it with you?
Perhaps it...
Several oil lamps. The ferryman is a disgruntled-looking man who is probably... The ferryman's bunk looks hard. A cabinet with a... Several oil... Alexander is... Alexander...
Well, I think I'll...
Posh.
Old la...
A grand old... The old The little hut. Two guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite...
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
I really must...
Who are you?
My name is Alexander.
A prince, is it? I see. Yeah.
I assure you.
And I...
Alexander decides to try his royal insignia ring on the guard.
Perhaps this ring will convince you of my...
Well, I'm sorry, Your Highness. It's just that princes are so uncommon in these parts. Let me get Captain Saladin.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a...
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please, follow me. Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable. Captain Saladin will let...
Tough clouds.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Al-Hazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not... I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be...
Why?
The side of the castle... The vines are too flimsy to support Alexander.
Good day.
A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He's...
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into... Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure. It is said that one need only... It is a very valuable map, as you...
What would you take?
I would normally want something magic in return.
Alexander's ring... Alexander is carrying...
I have this copper coin.
And interesting enough. In fact, I would say it is about the worth of our own copper. The old...
Well,
As you...
Alexander,
I'm really...
As you...
Would you be willing to take...
Daventry, are you...
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with...
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important...
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation...
Thank you. You are...
suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished from the pawn shop owner.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that.
Yes, Master.
Now, what is this about a magic map?
With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Alexander The pawn shop's counter is made of a sturdy teak. Alexander A battered tinder box. A grand, the old... A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree.
Hello, Nightingale.
The nightingale... Alexander has a love. Alexander shook the nightingale just... Alexander sorts through magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. There's nothing more in the pot that interests Alexander. Alexander can enter the building.
Hello, I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the...
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
Excuse me again, sir.
I told you I'm not interested in...
Excuse me again, sir.
I told you...
Determined to learn more about the strange...
Excuse me, good fellow.
The shopkeeper's over there. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry? Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander.
Why, by a ship, now wrecked upon the sand.
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me. Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again.
What a terrible home...
Terrible indeed, poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not...
I see. You...
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Jallo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cosima's parents, King Caliphon and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cosima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom out...
About her grief over her parent.
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans for Cosima. I'm still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Cosima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion. Now I'm afraid I must hurry back to the castle. I'll try to return to the bookshop again later.
Thank you for speaking with me, Jallo.
Good day, Jallo. Greetings, my fine...
The girl is Alexander.
Are you?
Yes, stepmother.
Then start.
Yes.
Alexander is carrying. Alexander opens the book.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result.
Phew, what an incredibly...
Yeah.
Alexander... Nothing happens. Apparently, the map won't teleport its user anywhere except the other islands. It's probably just as well. Who knows what might... Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. There appears to be something etched into the face of the cliff. Alexander decides to get closer.
סגב מוסר שהמפה תורגמה ותופיע בגרסה שתשוחרר.
There's an ugly flower growing near the base of the cliff. Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong. Colors of flame burst from the center. Alexander takes the... There appears... Nothing. Alexander feels a... A string of letters floats in the water. The letters spell out, "Where are you going?" Alexander's heard of alphabet soup, but this is ridiculous. Alexander waits. The ocean currents tug at Alexander's life. One of the oysters is sitting up in bed and doesn't... In the oyster...
Why aren't you...
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey,
Two dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into indicate a fabrication or derivation sufficiently broad enough to exacerbate.
Alexander makes...
hey! You fixed my mouth! It feels great!
The little oyster drifts in... Alexander... The ocean current. The flawless purr. Alexander hears...
5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies. Old Tom Troll, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well.
Alexander holds the flower of...
Tom Troll I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more.
מעולה.
Listen, hark you, Roberta, do you...
האם שכחתי לקחת משהו? בטוח שכחתי לקחת משהו. זמיר. זה זמיר בטח.
An odd... Perhaps there's no...
What? If you're having... Two dul...
Alex... Alexander...
אני לא משמש פתרון או משהו, אז תצטרכו לעזור בסבלות בזמן שננסה לפתור את המשחק, אני מניח.
Alexander feels a strain.
לא זכרתי אותו.
A little fawn is feeding on a grassy hillock. The fawn is too busy eating to pay attention to Alexander. A pond lies across the path. The water... A rabbit hops about rather fearlessly. A rabbit hops about rather fearlessly. It's probably never even seen a human. This heavily forested isle is... The forest... Alexander is trapped. An old abandoned hunter's lamp is hanging on one of the trees. Alexander... A pond...
Ouch!
Alexander... Alexander feels a... There appears to...
זו ההגנה.
Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs.
נדמה לי שהדבר הזה היה בחוברת של המשחק. זה לא נכון שאני לא עובד עם פתרון לגמרי, כי סגב עוזר לי פה ברקע.
Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome. The steps cannot be... The step...
תמיד חשבתי שהסאונד של הדבר הזה יכול להיות ביט
Whoa, wait a minute.
יכול להיות ביט למוזיקה אלקטרונית או משהו כזה. אוי, רוצים למות פה? בואו נמות פה. חמוד.
Tickets only. Next.
That wasn't a very logical step.
התכתבויות תרגום לרגע.
Alexander...
וואו. טוב, אני לא זוכר את זה. בגוגל מתארים זה כ-The clips of read the fucking manual. אוקיי, אז ואכן אולי שהכל כל כך קטן. לא לי שזה זה. לא. הנה, זה זה. אוקיי. קשה להבין מה זה הסימן הזה. יכול להיות שזה זה, אבל לא בטוח. הנה, סגב שולח לי במקביל פתרון.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
מן הסתם
The
הדבר
steps
הזה,
cannot be moved any further backwards or forwards.
אני מניח שסגב יכלול את הדברים
The
האלה
steps
ביחד עם המשחק, כאילו ביחד עם תרגום. וואו, יש כמה כאלה.
Alexander gets the feeling.
תזכרו לשמור.
Alexander The stone
טוב, מי שמגיע לכאן עכשיו בטח נורא יתהה או יהיה משועשע מהדבר המוזר הזה.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
פעם משחקי ההרפתקאות חשבו שהדברים האלה הגיוניים.
Alexander gets
אוקיי. זה היה אמור להיות זה.
Alexander. The stone beneath Alexander's
טוב. יש לנו שני צופים, שאחד מהם זה סגב. אנחנו נעצור עוד מעט. כן. נעצור כאן. תודה למי שצפה ומי שהצטרף. מסע המלך 6, בקרוב, בתרגום של סגב משרקי, עם תרומות מאנשי ההרפתקה העברית. מוזמנים לבוא להרפתקה העברית. דבר הזה יהיה מוקלט שוב, חפשו הרפתקה העברית בפייסבוק, בטוויטר ובעוד כמה מקומות. תודה, לילה טוב.